Radio, WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
It's the Parkinson's Radio Hour with your host, Jeff Dowd. The Parkinson's Radio Hour.
1470 AM and 95.3 FM, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. Listen for A Touch of Gray, the talk show for adults, with Carol Marks and Michael Harrison, Saturdays at 1.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
You are listening to Connections, a place to learn about and celebrate creative approaches to healthcare, education, and wellness. Each week, we explore new ways that creativity can reach and connect individuals in all stages of health and wellness. Join us as our host, Bree Gordon, board-certified music therapist and managing partner with the Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute, interviews professionals, volunteers, and community members from healthcare and educational backgrounds. If you are at home or near a computer, you can join us via live streaming video at facebook.com/connections by Aria. We hope you enjoy the program and find new ways to bring the joy of creativity into your life and the lives of those you love. Hello, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You are listening to and watching Connections. I'm your host, Bree Gordon, board-certified music therapist, here locally in the now sunny, beautiful South Florida with the Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute. If you're joining us for the first time, I'm so glad you found us, whether it's at 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, iHeartRadio, or on our Facebook Live channel at facebook.com/connections by Aria. I missed everyone. I missed being here last week. I don't imagine anyone was here. I don't imagine anyone was really anywhere, just sitting around looking for something fun to do. We were a little bit in hectic mode, right? There was a lot going on. If you are listening locally or even regionally from Florida, you know what I'm talking about. It's been kind of a wild, crazy week. I know that it's a time that's really kind of brought to my attention, which many of these things do. We talk a lot in the show, is just gratitude, putting things into perspective. Myself, my fiance, and his kids, we actually left the state of Florida, which I know many people did, and sought refuge with my mom and my stepdad. So shout out to Mom and Bill for taking us all in, and all our furry family members. Thank you guys so much. And just knowing that coming back, Wednesday, after the storm, when I'm talking about, the storm, talking about Hurricane Irma passed, and saying, hey, I got a roof, I got a house, everybody's safe. I kind of have power. I kind of have cell service. These are things to be really thankful for, and it just really puts things into perspective. So I was bummed, that I wasn't here last Monday. It was 9/11. I did want to do a show to honor our first responders. So that did not go hopefully unrecognized. I certainly want to bring that up again today. What I wanted to do, actually, is I wanted to have a first responder on the show that's partaking in this dance competition with me. If you've watched the show over the last couple weeks, I've been talking about this journey of mine through this dance competition, which a dancer I am not. Now my teacher's sitting across from me right now, and I'm getting kind of dirty looks. And I mean that in that I wouldn't identify myself as a dancer. Meanwhile, in my job, in my everyday life, I'm telling all of my patients, all of my clients, you are rhythmic, you are musical, everybody is rhythmic, listen to your heartbeat, that's your rhythm. So yes, okay, I'll back up. I have rhythm, kind of. I have the capabilities to dance, but that, of all the creative arts that I find myself involved in, dancing was not one that I thought was my strong suit, but something that brought me such great joy. So this has been a fabulous journey. Going on week 6 of this, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. But another gentleman who's partaking in this competition, so Dancing with the Stars of Palm Beach, it's a benefit to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association and the Alzheimer's Project, which we're going to talk a lot about today, was a first responder. And so I couldn't have him on last week. We didn't have a program. I wanted to have him on this week. And last I checked with our organizer for this benefit, Judy Simon, who we're going to check in with later, he was still living at the firehouse. I mean, this is the reality. We're kind of back and getting in the swing of things and getting our businesses up and running again and got power at our house. Our first responders are still not home. First responders from outside the state of Florida, linemen, from all over the country are still here in our state, away from their families, away from their, everyday lives to help us rebuild. I mean, to me, that is, it's sobering. It made me take a moment to just kind of say, okay, yeah, I'm excited. I'm feeling, grateful for what I have, but I got to remember that's not the case, for everybody, right? And so I've been on this kick for the last couple weeks of, I don't know how this started, of talking about these C words that kind of kept coming in my mind that I loved. Connection, community, creativity, collaboration was one of them. Compassion, we talked about a couple weeks ago in respect to talking about Pediatric Oncology Month. And I think that charity is going to be my C word for today. And it ties in with so many of these other words that we mentioned with community and collaboration. It's just looking for ways that we can be a good neighbor, be a supportive friend, be a loving family member, because if you have been lucky enough to have things restored and recovered in your home from this storm, just extend, that hand wherever you can. I get it, myself and my guests today, we're all business owners. It affects us on so many levels, but we are all in this together. I mean, it is cliche to say, another C word for you, but we come together as a community during this time when we're faced with something like this. So I want that to be kind of a theme today, just in the wake of this event that we've all endured, even beyond the state of Florida. My gosh, traveling through Georgia and the Carolinas, it was so many people were affected, all the way up to, I know people were traveling all the way up to New York. And so just, I know it's on the hearts and minds of a lot of people. I want this show today to bring a dose of positivity, because here's another C word for you. I don't know how I got on this kick. There's a lot of really happy words that start with C. I don't know where this came from. But I'm celebrating. We're celebrating today. This, amazingly, I don't know how, is my 100th show. This is the 100th show of Connections. I don't know how that's even possible. Who has let me do this for 2 years? This has been such a great gift in my life that I never saw coming. And it is truly only surviving because of the support of you, of those who are listening, who are watching, whether you're tuning in because you're loyal and you've checked in week after week, or maybe you're checking in for the first time. I am so thankful to you. I'm so excited to know that I'm not the only person who's interested in some of the things that I'm interested in, which are these creative approaches to reaching out and connecting with people. Myself, as a music therapist, obviously, it's my job to find creative ways, artistic ways to reach people. But beyond art and beyond that kind of corner of the world, there are so many incredible people in our community, in our nation, even internationally. We've had some amazing interviews with people in Canada and in Asia, and people just doing amazing things, who are putting in the effort to find people. Sorry, I just saw the banner go across my show, the 100th show. I got real excited. To meet people where they are. There's something so special about that. Whether you're a professional, you're a personal caregiver, a family member, a sibling, a community member, whatever that means, people are putting in the effort to reach out to those in need of comfort, of connection, of communication, and meeting them where they're at. And honestly, that's what I see people doing in regards to this storm as well. You're meeting people where they're at, which is really cool. So how does all this, you can see I had a lot on my mind these last 2 weeks. This is what happens when I don't have a microphone for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I've had all this stuff going on. Here's how it all comes together. So we've got this event coming up. And again, if it's your first time checking in, you don't know what I'm talking about, this thing is so fun. I can't tell you how excited I am to be a part of this dancing competition. So I am struggling slightly because my favorite show in the entire world, which is Dancing with the Stars, comes back on tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
And I'm here. It's okay. It's okay. I will record it. I will watch it later. Don't tell me nobody text me. I don't want to know. I'm going to watch it later. And it's been like, I have watched this with my mom, my grandma. I remember, being home from school and college and watching this 3 generations. This is the 25th season, amazingly. And I just thought I would honestly only want to be famous just for the opportunity to be on that show. Like, I just want to be on that show in some capacity and hopefully not leave the first week. And so when I met Judy Simon, who we're going to be talking to in a bit, and she was talking about her passion for working with those with Alzheimer's, which obviously we shared, and that she was organizing these Dancing with the Stars of Palm Beach events as a fundraiser, again, for the Alzheimer's Association and for the Alzheimer's Project, which is her business she'll share with us in a bit. I just thought, that's amazing. How do I get to be a part of it? And I'm so honored that she asked me this year, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be a part of this. I got into it because I thought it'd be fun, and I thought, I like making a fool of myself, and now I want to win. Vince, I want to win this thing. I am serious about this now. It was fun in games before. This is I'm really into it. Yeah, I'm really into this. So we're going to talk a lot about this today. If you are new to the show, you may not know that I end my little beginning segment here with a song. I'm a musician. I'm sorry. It's what I do. I can't sit here with a microphone and not lead everyone in a sing-along. It's just kind of my thing. So, as a true music therapist, I try to stay thematic to the theme of the program for the day. We're talking about celebrations, being the 100th show today, and we're talking about coming together and community and this idea of charity, of reaching out, of connecting with others. And I got to throw it back because here's why. We're going to talk a lot about Vince, my dance partner, and I. We're going to be talking about our dance today and why I picked the song I picked and the dance I picked. And really it was to honor my patients, all of my patients who grew up in the 40s and the 50s and have taught me their music over the years. Without them, I would not know all these songs. And one of the biggest gifts has been learning these classic golden age of Broadway records. I mean, I love it. I've not seen these movies. This was something that was before my time, obviously. And so I thought this fit well as from my patients' era, as a tribute to them for all they've taught me, and it's dance themed. So from Lerner and Lowe's My Fair Lady, we're going to do a little I Could Have Danced All Night. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced all night. Stick around, we got a lot of fun planned for you today. We come back, we're going to be meeting Vicente. I got to get used to that. Vicente Martinez from Fred Astaire of Boynton Beach. I can't wait for you to meet him. Stick around, we'll be right back. Are you a music therapist or part of the music therapy community? If so, we're excited to announce Aria. Aria is a mobile app that provides tools, resources, and community for today's modern music therapist. You can plan, implement, and share music therapy interventions with the community, keep track of your schedule and contacts, and learn from other members in our community section. Best of all, Aria is free. Visit arianow.com to get started today. The Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute is a professional music therapy practice serving medical, community, and educational settings throughout Southeast Florida. With our experienced team of 11 board-certified music therapists, we use music and research-based therapeutic interventions to help individuals of all ages and abilities reach their goals and increase their quality of life. For more information on our services and programs, please visit our website at pbmti.com, engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or call us at 561-747-9944. You are listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. If you'd like to join the conversation, the toll-free number is 888-565-1470. Now back to the show. Joining us tonight, you are listening to and watching Connections, our 100th show. Thank you so much for your support. As a community, there's no way I would still be talking, and I'd probably be talking for an hour straight, but it would be like at my house, in the shower, in the car, at a red light. I wouldn't have the opportunity to have a microphone and to share the stories of so many incredible people in our community if it was not for your support. So I wanted to thank you again for that. I'm honored and I'm humbled. I forgot in my first segment today to mention an event that's coming up. So talking about connection and coming together as a community. One thing that, I always love to promote, but I even want to promote more in this kind of post-storm world that we're living in, and we're looking for ways to help and not always sure, how there are a lot of community members around us that are very vulnerable. And we're going to talk about this a lot today and why we've gotten involved in this charity event that specifically helps those who are diagnosed with Alzheimer's. But certainly we know we live in an area where there's a lot of medically frail and vulnerable seniors. And so this is an opportunity for professionals, for caregivers to learn about a lot of the resources that are in our community that can help these citizens. So I just want to read you a little bit about an upcoming event going on. The 17th Annual Elder Concert is a one-day statewide gathering of the growing network of elder care professionals in Florida. All proceeds of Elder Concert go to the Florida Joint Public Policy Task Force for the Elderly and Disabled. This task force works daily on behalf of Florida's most vulnerable citizens and their families, as well as for the practice of elder law through advocacy, outreach, and education. It's a combined effort of the Academy of Florida Elder Law Attorneys and the Florida Bar's Elder Law Section. We offer CEUs and CLEs. The event is Thursday, September 28th at the Boca Raton FAU campus. You can go to the website, which is www.elderconcert.com for further information, or contact Amy Decker at 561-733-4242. I know this is a fabulous event. It goes on every year. We work with a lot of healthcare professionals working with the aging and disability populations. They look forward to this event. So if that is something that would be helpful to you or someone you know, hopefully you can pass on that information. All right, on to a little fun and games here today. Again, we are celebrating 100 episodes. I'm so excited. I have one of my new favorite people of life in the studio with me. I feel like it's been technically 6 times that we've met.
I think so.
And I think it's actually a lifetime. So, Vicente Martinez, just dancer extraordinaire. That's your new title.
Oh, thank you.
Also
I like it.
Are co-owner of the local Fred Astaire Boynton Beach dance studio. Thank you so much for joining me
Thank you
tonight.
for having me, and congratulations on the 100th show.
Thank you. It's
exciting.
It's flown by. It's cliche, but time flies when you're having fun. And I know we've both shared that we actually also have in common being business owners for the last 5 years and celebrating that anniversary. And it just becomes, it's such a part of your life. It's hard to even notice those anniversaries, right? It's like I kind of feel like I've been doing this my whole life.
It's true. It's absolutely true. You start it, and then next thing you know, it's 5 years later, and you're like, what? Where did time
How
go?
did that happen? Yeah. And certainly not that everything's always roses. It comes with its challenges. But you know what? I think when you have the passion to step out and pursue a dream, becoming a business owner is truly pursuing a dream. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
It is. Yeah.
It comes as a result of a lot of passion, as I'm sure, was the case for you as well. So I just want to back up a little bit, and I'm excited to learn about you today, Vicente. Sorry, I feel like when I say that, I have to do a side eye to the camera or something. That's like your fancy name.
It is. It is like my stage name. But yeah, everybody calls me Vince. It's a lot easier.
Okay, cool. So I can call you Vince?
Yeah, you can call me
perfect.
Vince.
Thank you. Let's back up a little bit, because I feel like you had this whole life before you were Fred Astaire co-owner and Breeze dance teacher.
That is true.
That
is very true.
Had this Vicente life, and I really want to know about it. Like, what brought you down here, and what would that journey look like for you?
Well, originally I started doing ballet.
Oh, wow.
So, I was like any other young kid. I kind of liked dancing. I wanted to try to do something that would add to that dancing experience. So I asked my parents, can I take classes? And they said, sure. So I did like the traditional hip hop breakdancing, what everybody else was doing. Long story short, my teacher suggested, you should try to take ballet. It's better for your dancing. You'll be more structured. So I did. I liked it. And then I said, okay, well, I want to make something of it. So then I went to New York, trained in New York for a while. Then I got offered to move to Chicago, joined a professional ballet company there.
Oh my gosh.
And
I don't know any of these things.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I joined actually the Joffrey Ballet Company in Chicago.
Okay.
Danced with them for a couple years. And then after that, I was like, okay, well, I want to try something different. I walked into a Fred Astaire studio because I was looking to teach, because I had done dancing. And ever since then, I have not left. Like, ballroom dancing is just remarkable.
And but that was your first introduction to it?
That
It
was my
not
first,
your background?
yeah, so everything I learned was through Fred Astaire. There was no,
my gosh.
dancing ballroom as a kid. Like, at the age of 22,
Wow.
stepped in, and since then it's been a remarkable experience and journey.
That's incredible. So, hip hop, ballet,
Tap, jazz, all of it. I did all of it.
So, I had a brief foray in ballet, tap, and jazz as a child. That's like everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, I remember, this is my one memory of dance, other than the fabulous costumes, obviously.
Yeah.
My mom coming, the parents kind of watch you in the back, and she's like, I walked in and I saw you sitting in the corner, spinning in a circle, staring at yourself in the mirror, and I thought, maybe dance isn't the path to go for you. But
You enjoyed it.
I was having a blast. But that opened up for piano lessons, which I also failed miserably at. But that led into discovering that I could sing. So here's the moral of that story. Don't give up.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And where you're supposed to end up, eventually you'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right, I had fun. I don't know if it was worth her spending all of her paycheck on me doing, but clearly it set the stage for...
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea she could sing. So that was remarkable, beautifully done, complete surprise to me. So it was very, very nice.
I appreciate that. Well, it's kind of like we're both performers, right? It's hard for a performer not to excel at something, right? So it just is. So for me, learning dance with you, I mean, you'll hear me say things.
And she can dance, by the way. She can dance. You're a good dancer.
Really?
You're a good dancer, yes. She's being modest.
You're just saying that.
No. You can dance. You can dance.
I love it. But this week when I said, why do you look so much better?
Just a few years. Just a few more years.
Just a few more years. But it's hard as a performer to not excel. So, I mean, it was kind of cool for you to be like, Vince, I am talented. I can do things.
Yeah.
I know you see me fumbling through life a lot, but it was kind of exciting for me to share music with you, because I love that you get to share your love of dance with me.
Thank you.
So it really is such a gift. There are so many things that I did not know about you that I probably would not know about you had your business partner and colleague Megan not told me today. It's Megan. I'm just going to read these things here. Vince is quite modest, but he is one of the most titled competitive dancers in our area. He could speak to his competitive dancing, the success he's had, specifically second in the U.S. and third in the world. Okay, I'm just I want to drop the mic at this point, because and here's why I say it like this, to just know you and just having the joy of getting to know you over this last couple months. You are such a people person and just such a down-to-earth human. These are such impressive titles that you would imagine someone with like flinging a boa around, or like my mom, just knowing you from those 2 Facebook pictures I put up, is like, he looks so nice. I'm like, he is so nice. These are really impressive accolades to have. Can you talk a little bit about how you even got in this position and what that experience was like?
How it started is both Megan and I have known each other for a span of 10 years now. And we happen to be working at the same studio. And I had this crazy dream that I was thinking of this crazy dance. And I was like, I really want to dance with Megan. And I walked into the studio and I said, Megan, would you mind dancing with me? We have a coach coming in. He's going to do some choreography. And she said, yeah, sure, why not? Mind you, both of us were dancing with different people. So we started working together. The coach that put it together said, wait a minute. You guys are kind of good. You have something going here. And he's like, I'm going to come back in 2 weeks. And I'm just going to see what you guys come up with. So he came back in 2 weeks and he was like, all right, I'm going to have to take you on as a couple. Like, you guys actually could go somewhere. And he said, at the end of our coaching, he's like, if you do as I say, for the next year, I promise you, by the end of the year, you'll become United States champions and you'll make it. He was right. We did it. And ever since then, we've been inseparable for 10 years.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's been, again, it's been a remarkable experience and journey. And it's not what I expected. Mm-hmm. It exceeded everything that I could possibly imagine. And that was within our first year, which is unheard of. Literally unheard of. We came out from nowhere in this industry, which is a rather big, like, ballroom community.
And you were in bigger cities, too.
All around the United States. Mm-hmm. There's at least 2 competitions in the United States every weekend.
Oh my god!
So it's huge. It's huge. November 18th is our dance anniversary.
Is that 10 years?
That's 10 years.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy. It's crazy to think, and that is just, it's just icing on the cake. Uh-huh. It's more of the journey and the experience that we've had getting to these points that have been remarkable.
And what kind of style was that in for those competitions?
It was cabaret and theater arts.
Okay.
So it's one couple on the floor. It's choreographed specifically to the song that we're dancing to, and we're allowed to do any kind of tricks or lifts or anything you can possibly imagine. Mm-hmm. As opposed to traditional dances where you have like your American rhythm or smooth, and you're doing 5 or 4 dances in a row, and you have like 12 couples on the floor at the same time. So yeah, it's really...
How do you not get, like, because I have trouble when we're at the studio and a couple different songs going on and a couple different dresses, and there'll be points where I'll just stop and he'll be like, Bree, what's going on? I'm like, that person has a really sparkly dress on,
and I
will have forgotten. The gold dress gets me every time. No, and again, I'm like obsessed with Dancing with the Stars, watching this, and they do this too. They do this competition where everyone's, and you have to be like laser focused on what you're doing.
Cause you do, but it's funny. After you do it a while, like you get in a zone. In the beginning, with all the rhinestones and the colors and like the different dances and the music, you're just like, what? What's happening? That's understandable.
I mean, that's how I live my life. What's going on? But I feel like, but you don't. And I try really hard to distract you. This week especially, I do want to publicly apologize. I feel like I was a little like post-hurricane brain distracted mode. And, hey, we're going to cut to a commercial real quick. We have more guests here. I'm so excited. But, I feel like I tried really hard to make you laugh and distract you and you're like, Bree, all I want to do is just get through this.
I have this much time.
But
this is what we need to do.
I watched your face try to be stern and not break, made me laugh more. I just want to apologize. That wasn't the kindest use of your time as an instructor of this. But, I have so much fun. I particularly love when you tell me things like, I'm going to fix you, and you should be a lady, and this is not a hoedown. These are some of my favorite inspirational things that you tell me, Vince.
I like it.
You've taught me so much during this journey. like I said, I'm just having a ball with this. We're talking about an event coming up on October 5th at the Old School Square Crest Theater. Got another contestant just joined in the studio here, Miss Whitney Burbank. I can't wait for you to meet her and to talk about her experience. You can tell that I obviously, I'm just, you got to drag me to it, right? Absolutely. No, it is so fun. I mean, are you having the time of your life, Whit? It's the best time of your life. Ooh, good dance reference, right?
Yeah,
We've
very
got
good.
Judy Simon calling in. She's the organizer for this event. Again, she is not only the organizer for this event, but also owns TAP, the Alzheimer's Project, where she works on teaching ballroom dancing skills to those who are living with Alzheimer's. It's also a benefit for the Alzheimer's Association. We're going to learn more about the event as a whole right after this quick commercial break. Stick around. Are you a music therapist or part of the music therapy community? If so, we're excited to announce Aria. Aria is a mobile app that provides tools, resources, and community for today's modern music therapist. You can plan, implement, and share music therapy interventions with the community, keep track of your schedule and contacts, and learn from other members in our community section. Best of all, Aria is free. Visit arianow.com to get started today. The Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute is a professional music therapy practice serving medical, community, and educational settings throughout Southeast Florida. With our experienced team of 11 board-certified music therapists, we use music and research-based therapeutic interventions to help individuals of all ages and abilities reach their goals and increase their quality of life. For more information on our services and programs, please visit our website at pbmti.com. Engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or call us at 561-747-9944. You are listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. If you'd like to join the conversation, the toll-free number is 888-565-1470. Now back to the show. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. You are listening to and watching Connections. I'm your host, Bree Gordon. Thank you so much. If this is your first time joining us, we're so glad you found us either at 95.3 FM, 1470 AM on iHeartRadio, or live streaming video at facebook.com/connections by Aria. If you are safely home, not driving on your way home from work, and you're in front of a computer, we'd love for you to join us there on our Facebook Live page. We have the video. Not only is it live streaming, but also archived there as well. So if you want to go back and check out any part of this conversation that you missed, or any past shows, you can find them right there on our Facebook page. We are celebrating our 100th show today. Again, I'm just in awe that someone lets me do this every week for 100 shows. 2 years, actually. This week will be 2 years of being able to be here in the studio, and not only for me to have the opportunity to talk about things that I love, but to share, to shine a spotlight on some incredible people in our community doing amazing things, whether it's in the healthcare world, education world, or in community, just meeting individuals where they're at to help them or be comforted and connected and just reach their highest potential. There's so many incredible people here in our community. It's I'm in awe every week. Honestly, I get to be inspired by people. Who can say that? I mean, I'm the luckiest person in the world. So, not only am I the luckiest person in the world because I get to do this radio show, but I'm the luckiest person in the world because I get to dance in this competition, Dancing with the Stars of Palm Beach. I've got Vince Martinez here. Sorry, Vicente Martinez. I like how when I correct to Vicente, I have to change how I say your last name too. Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I took 5 years of Spanish, so that's where that comes from. Yeah, you could tell, couldn't you? Yeah, fabulous. And I also have my wonderful, I don't know if you are watching on video. If you're not, you need to, because this stunning red. Look at this stunning lady in red here.
Let's not look.
Here's a perk to being able to move the show later. You get to come join me now.
That is one of the best things I've ever heard in my life, because I've been dying to get my butt in this chair for literal months.
Gosh, it's been like a 2-year waiting list.
I'm so excited. I'm probably the most excited to be here on the 100th, like, besides you. Like, I don't know who could be more, because I've just been so excited. I've heard some of the episodes online. I've been a fan since the very beginning. So I just
go way back.
This is like a shining moment for me, Brie.
You know what I love too is that, first of all, thank you. Second of all, the fact that we met connected through the Alzheimer's Association, volunteering to do our pub crawl event.
Yep.
Since done the karaoke event together. I love that so much a focus of this show is coming together for an event like this to talk about coming together to community to raise money, awareness, fun, for something as serious as the Alzheimer's Association. It connects people. And now, just because we randomly signed up for a committee to walk up and down Clematis and try to get businesses to help us, now I'm lucky enough to call you one of my closest friends.
I know.
So it's, you know what, get out there and volunteer, people. You never know, when you'll meet your soulmate, basically.
Basically, or good people are attracted to good things. I think I really believe that, and I think that we have so many choices of what to do with our time, and I always say, crazy jobs. We always say that we don't have enough time, but what are you going to do? Binge watch another show?
Right. It's tempting.
There's so many good shows on right now, but
yes.
But I mean, there's just you never know what type of, as you mentioned, like connection or relationship you'll make, or what type of person you'll end up forming a years-long friendendship with.
I feel like I should also mention, because I did publicly on live radio and video stream call you, my soulmate that I met. I should also mention that I met my fiance doing this as well. Hey, babe, love you. So I met two soulmates doing this. I realized as I said that I should make that distinction.
Sorry, Jeff. Sorry.
Love you.
First love.
It's true, it should come first. Another fabulous human that we've got to meet through this event, I believe, is joining us via phone. Judy, are you there? Oh, yeah, she is. Judy, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in. Oh, my gosh. I know you're having a crazy busy day I hear you, my friend. I know with planning an event in the wake of a major hurricane just makes it a little bit more exciting, doesn't it?
How's that going, Judy?
Well, Vince will definitely support me. It's like being at a dance competition, and last minute you just stay awake and run around making sure, pulling in all the loose ends. But Whitney, I will tell you, you're on, so everybody come and watch Whitney dance and Bree. You're going to be first in and first out.
So surprise.
Whoa. Spoiler alert, Judy. Oh, my gosh.
You're definitely in.
What was that?
I said you're definitely on the roster.
We made the cut.
Thank God.
Whew, I'm sweating over here now. You threw me off my game a little bit there, Judy. No, like I said, it is such a thrill just to, just to be included in something like this, but also to know that it's not just for fun. I mean, yay, that it is fun, but that we know that we've all come together, like Whitney said, to do something good for the community and for those that are most vulnerable in our community, those that are seniors that are living with these neurodegenerative diseases, particularly those with Alzheimer's. I know this is something that's passionate or a passion project for you, Judy. If you wouldn't mind just talking a little bit about TAP, the Alzheimer's Project, and how it led you to designing this event.
Well, Leo, thank you, and happy anniversary on your 100th show, and thank you for including us and the event. That means a lot to me personally and to the community. The project started as many people know and have heard me cheer it on for over 10 years ago, but science wasn't ready to give us the go-ahead, and then in 2012, at one of the international Alzheimer's conferences, there was a poster presentation specific to the changes in the volume of the hippocampus when people start ball and dancing. So that allowed TAP to take its place in the community and spread the word.
That's awesome.
Just because dancing has so many positive benefits. I mean, we start moving from the time we're in the womb, and the first thing Bree, as you and I have talked about, we're rocked and cradled by our loved ones, and people sing to us and dance with us from the time of infancy. So it's not something that is foreign to our culture, and social dancing is something we all grew up with. So why not keep it going, especially when there is a positive effect for people not only living with Alzheimer's, but it's being noted as a preventative measure. So, to help people stay healthy just because of all the benefits that it has. So that's kind of what the Alzheimer's Project is, and I'm proud to say that it's recognized by the National Institute for Dementia Education, and several neurologists have recognized it as being kind of a cutting edge program, and I'm glad to share it with everybody here in Palm Beach County and in other states across the country as we are.
That's awesome to you, and congrats on that recognition. I mean, certainly, you and I have spoke at length actually on this program before, and also seeing each other speak out in the community and have presented together on that tie, between music and rhythm and dance, and as it is, some of the first stimulus we take in even before we're born, that heartbeat rhythm. And, when you talk about not only is it something we enjoy later in life or as we go through different life stages, but the idea of it being preventative, I mean, certainly you or I never talk about music or dance being an alternative to medicine, but as a complement to it. Boy, if you tell me I can take this pill or I can, engage in a music or dance program, I mean, it's an easy sell. It's something that's going to bring about not only joy individually, but connection with others as well.
Absolutely. I think one of the greatest benefits, besides all the health benefits, I mean, it's cardiovascular. It helps with cognition because, as all of us know, one of the first components that we lose is the use of language and speech, and dancing is nonverbal communication.
Right.
So you have to follow, and oftentimes, as Bree, when you and I led a great caregiver symposium last year, we opened up the show, so to speak, and we didn't speak. We just told everybody they had to follow us.
Right.
And, we had 400 arms and legs, moving with 200 people. So, figure that out, and everybody's endorphins kicked in, and everybody was happy. And, I think, part of it is to find that there is some joy in living, with people that are living with Alzheimer's and dementia, because music and movement just taps into something that just triggers everything else, and you wouldn't believe what people start talking about. Is I know you've experienced, and I certainly have.
You're so right. And sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
No, I love everything you're saying. I mean, it just makes me smile because it makes me feel so thankful that I get to do this for a living. I mean, I'm thrilled as an extracurricular to be a part of the charity event, but to get to see how music and movement and dance do touch people in this way. And you know what? And I love what you said too, Judy, about even though it's part of their diagnosis, and there's so much that is lost to this diagnosis, that the fact that something that's retained is something that brings them joy and also brings them to a playful, part of their life, and where their guard is down a little bit. They're not afraid to be playful and enjoy that moment. It's a really special environment to be in when that's present. And I know, Whitney, I'm sorry, Jude, but I know, Whitney, that you've had personal experience.
Yeah,
with diagnosis. I see you nodding.
Yeah, my grandmother actually died from Alzheimer's, so that's how I got involved with Alzheimer's. It's been a big part of my life, working with the association primarily since her diagnosis, because with my profession being a journalist, being so far away. We always talk about caregivers and loved ones and the impact it has on not just the person going through it, but the people in their lives. And so just that feeling of helplessness, for me, I had to channel it into something, and it was through doing something positive, because I couldn't physically be by my grandmother's side. We both share the same middle name, Rio Rita. That's my girl. And she was quite a snazzy woman. I
have heard stories.
Oh yeah, she loved a hot pink lip. She loved a hot pink lip. She loved cocktails till the very end. So she was a bit of a firecracker. She would have loved this event, Judy.
Yeah.
But something that I think that Bree and I have talked about a lot, and Judy, I know that you are on the same page with us about this, but and this is kind of what united Bree and I, and what our mission is, or what the piece we want to bring to Alzheimer's, especially in South Florida, is making, it's so hard and it's so sad, and we can just dwell on the just the heartbreaking nature of this disease. But we need to bring some joy into people's lives, because there's already so much negative to focus on there.
Right.
But when you're diagnosed, your life isn't over. You can things like movement or music. I've learned a lot from Bree about how these things,
whether you want to or not.
Yeah. No, we've had emotional conversations about this, but just whether or not it's dancing or singing or goofing around, I think it's so important to maintain that kind of love, lightheartedness, and that's why we do our goofy events, and we say we don't want to alienate people from this cause, because it can be so tough to wrap your mind around it, or kind of so sad.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I want to support what both of you are saying, and I know that I've talked Vince's ear and Megan at the Fred Astaire studio, Boynton Beach, says I'm eternally grateful that this is their second year in participating with this event, and we're even taking it one step further, which I'll get to in a second. But the benefit of this is, as we've all said, is music and dance are social, and so many people, especially I will say here in Florida, being a native Big Apple New Yorker, as you all know, and love it. At least in New York, it's easier for people to get around and get out. Here, we depend on transportation, and a lot of people are shut in. So if they have a chance to engage socially, because dance it's social. People get together and they make friends. And in any group that I've done that's outside of an assisted living community, people gravitate to people. Like meets like, and they support each other in every possible way. We have adult daycare centers here, and many of the people's loved ones are there, and the wives get together and they do things. So it becomes a tremendous support system. And we've talked about doing intergenerational programs and all different kinds of things. It can become very much a family-oriented kind of a program where people can enjoy each other and not be the caregiver, the care partner for that little bit of time. If you happen to be the person taking care of a spouse or a family member, so it offers a tremendous amount of social benefits. And if I may say, we're going to be starting to have social teas at the Fred Astaire studio, so that people living with Alzheimer's, dementia, and even Parkinson's, have something to do on a Sunday afternoon, to get out, to socialize,
That's awesome.
and to feel
Vince
the
is like,
support
what? I'm
of the
doing that?
community. And
Well, that's amazing, Judy. I don't mean to cut you off. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, you brought up a lot of points that I think we can all expand on, just as, again, why we're involved in this, why we want to promote this to the community, and then talk specifically about when the event is and how to get your tickets. So, Judy, can you hang on with me a couple more minutes?
I'll turn off the oven, definitely.
Perfect. All right, stick around and take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. The Palm Beach Music Therapy Institute is a professional music therapy practice serving medical, community, and educational settings throughout Southeast Florida. With our experienced team of 11 board-certified music therapists, we use music and research-based therapeutic interventions to help individuals of all ages and abilities reach their goals and increase their quality of life. For more information on our services and programs, please visit our website at pbmti.com. Engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or call us at 561-747-8255. 9944. Are you a music therapist or part of the music therapy community? If so, we're excited to announce Aria. Aria is a mobile app that provides tools, resources, and community for today's modern music therapist. You can plan, implement, and share music therapy interventions with the community, keep track of your schedule and contacts, and learn from other members in our community section. Best of all, Aria is free. Visit arianow.com to get started today. You are listening to Palm Beach Music Therapy Connections. If you'd like to join the conversation, the toll-free number is 888-565-1470. Now back to the show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You are listening to and watching Connections. Thank you so much for being here, for your support. If you are just joining us, we are celebrating our 100th show. I'm so humbled, so grateful to have this opportunity, to have this show, to not only be able to have friends on like I have today, so I feel so lucky to have a studio and phone calls full of friends and people that I've met through common passions, but also to meet so many people over these last 2 years that are just doing so many incredible things for others. Honestly, I've met the most selfless people, professionals, volunteers, family members, community members that are just out there every day doing their heart work and just doing everything they can to meet people where they're at, to help connect them, comfort them, share music and dance with them, is what we're talking about today. And not just for the sake of having fun, although it is fun, and we're all having fun, talking about this and talking about our upcoming Dancing with the Stars of Palm Beach competition, but having fun for a purpose. That's what I like, kind of this little tagline for the Alzheimer's Association's events: have fun, do good. I love that because it is a very serious topic that we're talking about today. We're all talking about how this passion that we have for helping those with Alzheimer's disease, it has brought us together, and we do see the impact this has not only on the patient but on the family members and really their whole family structure, but that we can get together in a positive way to raise awareness and to tell these people's stories and to share their music and to share their childhood culture and things that bring a smile to their face while raising funds as well. This all leads up to our Walk to End Alzheimer's. The West Palm Beach Walk to End Alzheimer's is actually coming up October 28th at City Place. I believe the Boca one was rescheduled due to the storm. I'm not exactly sure where that is, but if you want more information on your local walk, you can go to als.org/walk. In the studio, I've got Vince Martinez from the Fred Astaire Boynton Beach studio, my pro dancer, which I also realized I'm not your only person.
What?
Oh no.
Spill the tea.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're a two-timer.
Okay. He's kind of two-timing me. Yeah,
Okay, who's
I
better?
am.
Who's better?
Yeah, who's better, Vince? I'm just kidding. That's so mean. I'm
plead
so
the fifth?
sorry.
I'm asking the hard-hitting question.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not kidding, tell me right now.
Right.
I'm going to pretend it's me
I'm sorry.
for the sake of the show.
Everyone's good.
Yeah.
One of my best friends in the world, who I just slapped the table so hard because I was so excited that you're sitting next to me. I looked up and I thought it was a dream and you're really here, who I've been fortunate enough to meet through volunteering with this organization. It's a good thing you were here early. We would have just laughed and hugged for a whole hour.
Sorry.
So losing focus. And Judy Simon, organizer of this Palm Beach, or Dancing with the Stars of Palm Beach event, joining us by phone. You still with us, Judy?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. So we have a couple minutes left, and I certainly want to obviously end with talking about specifics of how people can get tickets to this event and where it's taking place. But I want to play devil's advocate for a second, just because obviously we're talking about this post-storm world that we're kind of living in, and you know what? It's a real challenge to think about all these people that are going through so many things, recovery of their home and have lost wages, all this stuff. And when you think about, okay, do I have money for a charity event right now? And how can I, how am I going to come up with money for a ticket? What do you tell people? And Judy, I'll start with you. What do you tell people as a way to just kind of encourage them that, that this would be a worthwhile cause for them or way to spend their money? If they're thinking about ways that they could help people during this time, what exactly would the funds for this event do for our community?
some of the funds are, most of the funds are going to the Alzheimer's Association, and some will come to the Alzheimer's Project, which is supporting, furthering the arts in prevention and helping those living with any cognitive impairment. Because, Bree, as you and I know, that the arts are really a pathway to healing. So I think that it's important that people understand that. The money going to the Alzheimer's Association, I think, it goes to research, it goes to education, it goes to caregiving. So, maybe somebody wants to earmark what they want their funds to go to, and that's quite okay. Besides it being I think the benefits of this event are, bringing our community together, because when we did the event last year, I have to say that I was overwhelmed with the positive response. That people said it was a happy event. People enjoyed it and hoped we would be doing it again. Little did we know we were going to be interrupted by Miss Irma, but we're going to do our best to fill.
She's the worst,
seat.
Judy. Judy, she's the worst.
So everybody buy tickets, buy tickets, and all you dancers buy tickets, sell tickets for us. But it's also, besides being entertaining, I think there are a lot of educational benefits in a very, a very fun kind of a way. It's not, I think people will benefit and learn a lot. We are very lucky to have Dr. James Galvin, from FAU speaking, and anybody that has heard of Dr. Galvin knows that he is the expert on Lewy body dementia. He's doing tons of trials in our area, and I feel very fortunate that he is willing to, give us some of his time. Which means a lot,
that's excellent. I think it's sorry, Jude, I just think it's such a great example of, again, everyone coming together in this time, which, as you mentioned earlier, I mean, that's what we're in need of a little bit right now, is something fun, to look forward to, and while having fun, again, doing good for our community. We just have about 2 minutes left, and I want to give both Judy and Vince a chance to talk about the event and also the studio. I forgot we had a giveaway this whole time, Vince. So, I'm going to give Judy 1 minute to talk about the event. I want you to think about a question that you have, and we're going to roll over to Facebook Live, and first person to answer your question gets a free dance lesson. Okay, Judy, how can people get a ticket to this event?
Okay, they can actually call up the Crest Theater.
Keep going.
Hello? Okay, they can call up the Crest Theater in Delray Beach, and the area code is 561-243-7922, extension 1, and that's the box office. And get your tickets there. If anybody wants to get some senior tickets, and seniors are for people living in assisted living communities, etc., they can directly at area code 914-672-1892.
Awesome, thank you so much.
How did I do?
You did beautiful, Vince. You got like 30 seconds. What do people have to answer to get their free dance lesson at Fred Astaire?
Okay, you have to guess what my favorite dance is.
Yes, I love it. All right, Facebook Live, facebook.com/connections by Aria. Guess Vince's favorite dance. He's going to be checking the answers. The winner, first person to get that answer correct, gets a free dance lesson. Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. Whitney, Vince, Judy, thank you for being here. You're all my favorite humans of life. Thank you for celebrating 100 shows with me. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you for listening to Connections. We hope you enjoyed today's program and discover new ways to bring creativity into your home or place of work. If you have any questions for our host, Bree, or today's guest, please email them at bree@pbmti.com or call at 561-747-9944. Thank you for sharing the music with us.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and